First tonight, in Victoria's Latrobe Valley, there's great anxiety over the federal government's carbon tax. The valley's brown coal power stations provide thousands of jobs as well as cash flow for local businesses. They're also some of the most polluting energy providers in the country. Danny Morgan travelled to Morwell for this report.
Trevor BIRKBECK lives right in the heart of Victoria's coal country. His property near Morwell is surrounded by the coal-fired power stations that generate more than 90% of Victoria's electricity. He brought his family to the Latrobe Valley in 1981 and has worked at the Hazelwood power station ever since. His son Todd now works alongside him.
Hazelwood has become a part of me, sort of thing, you know. It's so when we talk about this sort of, you know, the pending closure of it is a pretty sad thing. Hazelwood has played a big part in everybody's life.
But Victoria's brown coal power stations are heavy polluters, and Hazelwood has long been in the sights of environmentalists.
Hazelwood Power Station is Australia's dirtiest power station, and from what we know about climate change now and about how quickly we need to move away from coal-fired power to renewable energy, Hazelwood stands out as the kind of station that is a station of the 20th century, not the 21st.
That was all right. Nearly got that one.
Given the Greens have played a central role in developing the federal government's carbon tax, the BIRKBECK family is one of thousands in the valley waiting anxiously to hear how it will affect the region. The uncertainty over the future of coal mining is a grim reminder of the job losses that resulted from the privatisation of Victoria's power industry 2 decades ago.
That was just a devastating period in the life of everybody that lived in the valley here. You know, I think it was about in 1989 we were told, you know, that time they're going to try and, you know, get rid of, you know, about 2,000 people. But by I think it was 1996, about 9,800 people have lost their jobs.
Good morning. How you doing?
Morwell newsagent Ray Burgess was one of those made redundant. He says the termination packages on offer were generous, but governments of the time put little thought into developing new industries. Many people were forced to leave the region.
We were thrown on the scrap heap. They reaped $20 billion out of the sale of the electricity assets, and not very much of that come back to us.
Many Morwell residents are worried the mistakes of the past will be repeated as the carbon tax is rolled out.
I've got grandchildren, and they're going to find it hard to find a job.
You've always got that constant worry, have I got a job to go to today?
Thank you.
The acting Victorian Premier, Peter Ryan, shares their concern.
The critical issue for so many people, particularly in a Latrobe Valley context, is their jobs, their employment, their mortgage payments. It's mums and dads and cats and dogs and kids. That's what this is about.
When the carbon tax is revealed on Sunday, it's likely to include incentives for heavy emitters like the Hazelwood power station to close. The question then is how soon? This plant provides about 25% of Victoria's electricity, and replacements can't be built quickly or cheaply. And that, at least, is a comfort for the local businesses that rely heavily on a healthy power industry.
The thing is, you can't just close a power station without having an alternative source or another power station in its place. We're just going to end up with new power stations being built in the area, more efficient power stations. Obviously, it's going to create a lot more employment, so I sort of see it as a long-term positive.
You can't pull 22% of the state's power and shut it down tomorrow. These people that think that, are dreaming.
Todd BIRKBECK has more to lose than his father if Hazelwood is closed. He has a young family and many years of his working life left.
They can't just shut it, expect 800-900 people to find work in a place where there's just no work. So they've got to bring other industry in.
When the Prime Minister addresses the nation on Sunday night, he'll be watching closely.
I find it a bit disheartening that she hasn't even sort of come down and even had a look at what she potentially could be wrecking.
And those who lived through privatisation are also keen to send a message to the government.
It's important that any restructure of our the way that we use carbon in our industries and in our businesses doesn't penalise the people of this area any more than the rest of Australia.
I want them to understand that they got to be, think about the community and the impact on the community, and they got to lessen the impact on the community.
And ABC television and radio will have extensive coverage of the Prime Minister's carbon tax announcement on Sunday.